Right guys, welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be talking about anxiety. It's not a great thing to have, and it's always been there. Anxiety has always been there. It's everywhere around you. Waiting to attack, waiting to come out from the shadows, trying to crawl you in, ready to latch on, ready to always make you feel like scared and afraid of doing things. Don't mind me. Coffee's so good. So today we're going to be going through basically all these points. So today we're going to be going through anxiety and how we can attack it instead of attacking us, and how we can formulate something to go into the gym with more confidence instead of having no confidence at all and being anxious in our own little corners. Anxiety has always been present when you either go to a gym or you go inside a public area or you go to a spot where there's a lot of people and you feel uncomfortable, and then the thought process starts, going 100 miles an hour. You start thinking of things, you start creating scenarios in your head, and then you just lose sight and track of yourself. You lose sight of who you are, and you just kind of like portray this image of like somebody else, and you're not really yourself, and then you try to like sometimes people can be people pleasers, and they kind of like try to do things to accommodate for others and a whole bunch of things. It's just they're very humane things, they're very humane reactions, and it's normal to have those reactions, but it does get in the way of your production or your productive gym session. When you're in a gym, you want to be there and you want to be present. You want to be doing the workout and making sure you're doing it right and focusing on the muscles. You want to get into it, right? You want to be locked in, as people say nowadays, locked in or cooked. Various things people say nowadays. Oh, this coffee's so good. Oh. So there's tips and tricks I found over the years that helped me throughout my 6 years of training, and I just want to share it with you guys, what I found that could possibly help and that could make you a better, more confident person in the gym. So first point we're going to go through is not the only one. Well, so what that means is that you're not the only one in the gym that has anxiety. You're not the only one there that's probably thinking about someone else and like, oh no, like there's people thinking about me and I don't know what to do. Oh shit, oh god, maybe I shouldn't walk around there, or like you're gonna have all these thoughts popping up here and there. A lot of people are in their headspace already the moment they head to the gym or the moment they leave their door. People in the gym, I'm pretty sure 90% of people that go to the gym have some level of anxiety. It could be high, it could be low, but they do have some form of anxiety present. And it's completely normal to have anxiety, anywhere you go. Some people are more anxious than others. And so what we have to think about is that you're not the only one that could be anxious at a moment that you're in a gym. So what we want to take into account is that people are also anxious as well. You're not the only one. You can relate to those people. You can relate to people around you. You can alleviate yourself in that way, thinking, hey, other people around me are anxious. Why should I be, that anxious? Why should I be super anxious when other people are also anxious as I am? Everyone in the gym is just trying to get gains, trying to improve and trying to do their own thing. So it's you're there and you're present and you're trying to do your own stuff too. So the main focus should be on you, and you should take focus away on the people around you. There is a minor percentage of people, that are really confident, super confident, because they've been in the gym for years, and they can just go in and turn off that little voice in their head. But it does take time for others. Everyone has their own time when it comes to things, so there's nothing to worry about there. So second point I wanted to bring in is have a gym buddy. Gym buddies, very important. Why? Because it's a gym buddy. Who doesn't want a gym buddy? Especially when you're anxious. It helps. You get to talk to each other. The focus is on you two and not the focus on others around. You know, so you're talking to someone, you're engaging, you're there, you're present, you're with that person. So human to human, you know, you got someone to talk with. The stress is towards each other and not towards like other people. So your headspace is with your other gym buddy. You know, you're not like you're not thinking about others. You're thinking about, you know, you guys, and like probably competing with each other, or it could be romancing or something. You know, give each other a little smooch on the cheek before hitting those weights. You know, no, I'm just kidding. You're with someone you know, and that always brings another level of confidence and comfort that you don't have when you're alone. And then some people like to be independent, you know, they like to work on their own, but having a gym buddy, it's always nice, it's always enthusiastic, and it's a great thing to have. My third point is asking around. So asking around is great because it kind of goes against your anxiety. You're fighting against it, you know, so that's one way to deal with something, is to fight against it. It's a great way to, you know, face your fears. Being stagnant is the worst thing you can do. You'll be in your anxious, like a little bubble. And so you want to get out of that bubble. You want to pierce it, you know, you want to... Going to people and just asking around. So asking, hey, you're like, how do I do this? Or how do I do that? What is that? What is this? You know, the curiosity won't kill you. And usually people that go to the gym, they're nice people. Unless you got a guy that's got a beard or some shit, or looks mean and is going, like really loudly, and yeah, okay, maybe stay away from that guy. But you know, it's just, most people are okay. You know, most people that go to the gym, they're really nice. You know, everyone's trying to, you know, deal with their health and their fitness goals. So they're all people of common collective, as you would have it in a way. Go and ask someone if you're not sure how to use equipment. You know, the person right next to the equipment, say, hey, how do I do this? You know, how do I perform this? You know, sometimes there's nice people and they'll show you, or even the person at the counter. Usually, a person at the counter can always show you how to do the movements or how to do things in the gym. So that's a great asset there, you know, to take into account. You know, ask around, and you'll get something. It doesn't hurt to ask. And most people think of it the other way. They don't want to bother people, but bothering people is the first step to getting something. You have to bother. You have to ask, you know, or else you'll never know. So that's going to help you elevate yourself, because you're being sociable. And asking questions is the first step to being sociable. You're getting somewhere. So it's completely fine. And that's a great way to target anxiety. You ask people around. You face your fears.